All right, good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 10th, 2023, and this is a special board meeting of the San Benito CISD Board of Trustees. The time is 8:26, and I call this meeting to order. Roll call, Mr. Mario Silva. Present. Mr. Oscar Medrano.
Present.
Mr. Rudy Corona. Dr. Ariel Cruz.
Present.
Frutoso M. Gomez. Present. Orlando Lopez.
Present.
Teresa Cervellon.
Present.
Stephen Weller.
Present.
And I'm here. We do have a quorum present. So we go on to agenda item 1.2, public comment. The next item on the agenda is public comment. Before we begin, I will remind our audience members of the board's procedures for handling public comment. The public comment portion of our meeting is available to members of the public who wish to address any topic. Anyone who would like to speak during public comment must sign in prior to the start of the meeting and list the topic or topics they want to discuss. Each public comment speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes to address the board for each topic. If more than 10 speakers are signed up to speak on the same topic, all additional speakers on that item shall be limited to 2 minutes. However, any public testimony speaker who requires a translator will receive up to 6 minutes to address the board. Please keep your comments or criticisms civil and courteous. Please avoid using profanity and refrain from making personal attacks on others during your opportunity to speak. Lastly, we ask that you do not discuss students who are not your own children. If a speaker is seeking board resolution of a specific complaint, that concern should be addressed through the district's grievance process. District policy DGBA has been established for addressing employee complaints. Policy FNG is the avenue for filing parent complaints, and policy GF addresses community member complaints. Grievance forms may be obtained at any campus administration office or at the district's central administration offices. Thank you. So our first speaker tonight is Ms. Lupita Ortega. Ms. Ortega, welcome.
Good evening, Board President. To start off, what does that letter say there where I signed it? How does it say it?
What are you asking, ma'am?
I'm asking what is the name there that I signed?
You wrote under name of individual making request, Lupita.
That's right. So then you need to read it because that's a legal document. That's what happens when you don't do and follow procedures. So thank you. The first topic I'm going to talk about is the time clock. I want to talk about the time clock because every time that I come here, I don't know if you start the time when I start talking or when you call me up here. Can you answer that for me?
The time started when you went up to the podium and started speaking,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
The other thing I have about the time clock, I would really like it if it would be right there in the center, only because it's transparent. Everybody can see it, because sometimes I feel like I come here and the time is cut off like short for me. So that's one of the things is, and I'm proposing to the board that I think it's transparent, especially my age. I can consider myself a senior citizen. And I think for myself, and I wear glasses, I think that would help me a lot. And that's one of the things I want to propose up there. You don't have to get maintenance. You don't have to get a letter. We have a projector. Bring it down. You can put the time, and everybody can see it. That is called transparency. That'll help me read better, see better, and read what I'm saying when I'm up here. And I'm, in front of the board, because that really, really helps me a lot. And that's one of the things that I really want you to know. But one of the things, yes, I want you to know that anytime you have a legal document, you need to read it correctly, sir. Because this hasn't been the first time you've done that to me. And I want to make it noticed, public, that you've done that before. And I've put my name there, and you've said my last name. You always read, that is a legal document. You sign it as it is, you read it as it is. How many more minutes do I have?
Are you still on the tape?
Yes, sir, I am.
We have 1 minute, 7 seconds.
Aquí ahorita estoy con la comunidad aquí enfrente del superintendente y la presidente de directiva, y ahorita le estoy diciendo a él que él ahorita tenía el papel que yo firmé mi nombre como Lupita. Yo a él le estoy diciendo que cuando él tenga un papel legalmente, como usted ha escrito, que así no lo diga. como está así en el nombre. Porque es lo que pasa cuando no perseguimos reglas y leyes. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Se queman las leyes, las reglas y las leyes. ¿Y qué es lo que pasa después? Oh, pues yo no sabía. No. Aquí estamos para que ustedes los ayuden. Otra cosa aquí también le estoy diciendo, que ponga arriba de él un reloj. Para mi edad que ya tengo, yo ya me considero, ya estoy de la edad y a mí me ayudaría mucho. Y ahorita le estoy proporcionando todo aquí, ahorita a la sala directiva, que ponga un reloj atrás de él, para que así sea justamente y que todos lo miren. No se hace nada. Pero yo siento que cada vez que yo vengo, a mí me corta el tiempo pronto. Y se me acaba el tiempo ya para conducir.
Your time
Ya
is
sé,
up,
ahí
ma'am.
está. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Second item, you have the SBCISD breach, and if you would hang on just 1 second, please. SBCISD breach. You may begin.
In all of the history of San Benito ISD, there has never been a cyber breach attack on this magnitude that happened under the watch of the board president, superintendent, and the board attorney. This is a crime that has affected me, my husband, my granddaughter, and has caused us psychological harm and has caused damage to our financial livelihood by our confidential information being exposed to the world in which is against the law. The board president has complete annulment and making all decisions pertaining to the district had this media sources on his fingertips, like sending any emergency messages, KGBS, utilizing Facebook, Twitter, local newspaper, reaching out to the community, warning us. But instead, board president, you superintendent, remain quiet while in fact breach happened way back in April 2022. I'm appalled, disappointed, dissatisfied by the way board president, the superintendent handled this cyber breach. I know measures to take, but the priority should have been the immediate notice to the community and not to make us wait too much within the law time frame. This is a serious crime that's had happened to our beloved San Benito ISD. And I am speaking out here on behalf of my husband, my granddaughter, that were exposed to the cyber data breach while completing directly under your watch. You have caused mental anguish. You have jeopardized and compromised our identities. And for these fraudulent circumstances, I hold you, board president, and you, superintendent, responsible, accountable, and liable. How many more minutes do I have?
You have 57 seconds.
To the board, due to the lack of transparency, but especially for the data circumstance, cyber breach, I am requesting you continue to work with the district attorney on this cyber incident. I especially want to thank you, District Attorney Sines, for looking out for the safety and security and the well-being of the San Benito ISD student, staff, administrators, and the San Benito community. And the breach happened under your watch. This is a fact. How many more minutes do I have for seconds?
11 seconds.
This is a sad thing that happened here. Very sad. And it happened.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, hold on. All righty, the next topic, Karen,
Carrie,
you may begin.
thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to say that, you know, it's hard when you seem to just do something else and not helping the people. And I agree. We should have had a town hall. This should have been brought. It didn't matter. But I quote, the lawyer said, well, you know what? They have to send it out regardless. Well, then guess what? Right here, it says Samarito ISD is writing to inform you that data security incident that involves some of your information. Really? My husband had a huge loan. And you're not talking about 25, you're not talking about 75,000. And for you to say, well, you know what? They found out because in the past, who do you think we are? We're individuals here, we work hard for our identity to be, and then for you to say, oh, well, you know what? It had already happened. Don't push it like that. That makes it seem like, you know what? We don't care about our security. We don't care about our identity. That's the way it seems. And it shouldn't have been like that. And for us to wait one more month, you think it's fair for us? Oh, let me tell you one thing. My granddaughter, she's 10 years old. How do you think she got a credit card? Do you think her credit card would have shown up? No. 9, 10, all the way up to 17 years old, you do not get a credit card. So there's no reason for you to say something like that and say, you know what? It was because of the past. You had something wrong to do with your credit card. Why would you say that? Because we're from San Benito? Because we're low poverty? Maybe because we don't have a credit card? My credit card got denied? I couldn't pay my bill? Things like that affect the community, what each of you say. And I do agree with you, ma'am. Thank you for apologizing. My granddaughter's 10 years old. And by the way, oh, but you got the last, where the address was? She doesn't live here anymore. She lives like 400 miles away from here. And you're telling me you got this cyber experts? How much are you paying them? How much is a contract for? That you're paying the cyber for it was under your watch. How much are you paying the cyber? Oh, and by the way, this thing that I called, it doesn't have an expiration date. After the 20th, just to let you know, you cannot get it anymore. So who's out of luck? If I got a card from somebody else, they're out of luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Moving on to item 2.1, discussion, consideration, and possible approval regarding purchases over 25,000. Mr. Rion? And I'm sorry, let me repeat that because my mic was off. Discussion, consideration, and possible approval regarding purchases over 25,000. Mr. Rion?
Yes, sir. So we have Ms. Mata here that's going to go ahead and present that to us. You have them listed in your packet, and my recommendation is that we approve as presented unless there are any questions. None?
Board members, are there any questions?
No. Okay. So,
Okay, do I have a motion to approve purchases over 25,000 as presented?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Oscar Medrano and a second by Mr. Gomez. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 6-0. Item 2.2, discussion, consideration, and possible approval of budget amendments for the 2022-2023 school year. Mr. Rion?
I also ask that the board approve the budget amendments for 22-23 school year as presented. If there are any questions, Ms. Mata is available.
Those are provided for us in our back packet, board members. Any questions? No? If not, do I have a motion to approve a budget amendments for the 22-23 school year as presented?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Ariel Cruz and a second by Mario Silva. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 6-0. Okay, we move on to closed meeting. In accordance with Texas Government Code Open Meetings Act, the board may move into closed session for the following reasons. Section 551.071, for the purpose of a private consultation with the board's attorney on any or all subjects or matters authorized by law. Section 551.074, for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, or to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. And Section 551.082, certain school board deliberations. The time is 8:41. We move into executive session. Okay, the time is 9:16, and I call this meeting back to order in open session. Something that I need to bring to our attention at this point is item 3.1. I would like to make a motion that we bring that closed agenda item back into this open session. We had a discrepancy with our agenda, and so because it doesn't state there, at this time, I move that we bring item 3.1 into open session. And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Ramiro Moreno, second by Oscar Medrano. All those in favor, raise your right hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, with that said, item 3.1, employment resignations, retirements, and terminations. Ms. Cerveon.
Yes, I recommend that the board accept the employment resignations, retirements, terminations as discussed in closed session.
Okay, do I have a motion?
So move. So move.
Okay, Orlando Lopez.
Second.
Moves, second, Mario Silva. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 6-0. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Ariel Cruz, second. Second by Frutoso Gomez. All those in favor? 6-0. Meeting is adjourned at 9:18. Thank you all. Have a great evening.